So, how about we raise the temperature a little bit today? Let's talk about sex. No, not the pornographic kind, not the let's turn off the lights and hope the neighbors don't hear us kind, but the kind of sex most people don't really talk about, the energetic kind, the sacred kind. We live in a world where sexual energy is almost always filtered through physical attraction, performance pressure, and Instagram aesthetics. I do believe physical attraction is a beautiful thing. I mean, I am not immune to feminine beauty myself. But when it becomes the only lens through which we view sex, then I think we miss something much deeper. The fact that sex can be one of the most powerful spiritual tools available to human beings. In ancient traditions, sexual energy was never seen as dirty. It was understood as life force, the same primal energy that creates galaxies, grows forests, and births every living being. In Taoism, this is Jing, the essence you conserve and refine through practice. In Hinduism, the Shivalingam, symbol of divine masculine consciousness, and the Yoni, symbol of divine feminine creative power, are revered together, not as something obscene, but as the union of the forces that birth and sustain the universe. In Tantra, sexual energy is literally seen as the coiled serpent, the Kundalini, resting at the base of the spine, waiting to rise. Even Christianity, in its more mystical interpretations, has traces of this. The Magdalene Manuscript, a channel work about Mary Magdalene, portrays her as a priestess trained in sacred sexuality who helped Jesus strengthen his energy body through conscious lovemaking. In that portrayal, their union was not about lust, but about weaving their energies together until they rose to their crown chakras, igniting spiritual power and clarity. Now, let's see why energy exchange matters. The truth is, sex is never just physical. Every time you connect with someone in that way, you are literally opening your energy field to them. You're exchanging far more than bodily fluids. You're exchanging emotional imprints, thought forms, even unresolved wounds. I've heard stories of people who took on their partner's fears, anxieties, or depressive patterns without realizing it. And if that's possible, the opposite must be possible too. I mean, sleeping with someone who is energetically balanced and open-hearted can potentially nourish you, strengthen your chi, and help you feel more whole. Who knows? This is why so many traditions encourage sexual discernment, not because sex itself is bad, but because of the magnitude of the exchange. The ancient Egyptians saw it as a merging of Ka, life force, and Ba, soul essence. The Taoists taught ways to circulate sexual energy so it didn't deplete you, but actually revitalize you. Even modern science quietly admits that oxytocin, dopamine, and serotonin released during sex can bond people deeply. But in spiritual terms, those bonds are energetic cords that can remain long after the physical act ends. Perhaps this is one of the reasons why monks practice sexual abstinence. Maybe it's not just about disciplining the mind and focusing on the higher aspects of the human being, but also ensuring that they do not get entangled in the lower energetic vibrations through sexual intercourse. Well, that's just me speculating a bit here, but who knows? Also, there's something interesting about the culmination of sex. Orgasm is not just pure pleasure, but also a creation portal. At the peak of orgasm, the thinking mind shuts down. For a moment, you're not in the past or in the future. You're just in pure presence. In meditation practices, that's considered the ultimate goal. In creation traditions, that's the ultimate power. Many ancient systems taught that orgasm is a gateway, a moment when your life force is at its peak and intention can be amplified. In Tantra, lovers are actually encouraged to hold a shared vision at climax. If that sounds esoteric, think of it this way. The same energy that can create a human life might also be able to create a shift in your own reality, if consciously directed. Now, let's address the thing that most people consume in secret but pretend not to. Yes, you guessed it, porn. I'm not here to judge anyone, nor am I going to pretend I've never watched porn. Let's emphasize again that there's no inherent good or bad in the universe, only energy in different frequencies. But like food, there's high vibration and low vibration nourishment. Eating a lovingly cooked meal from someone's kitchen is not the same as eating fast food made by someone who hates their job. I guess it's the same thing for porn. Porn carries the energy of performance, disconnection, and sometimes exploitation. The actors are rarely engaged in real loving connection, and the viewer absorbs that energy. Just like processed food can leave you nutritionally empty, porn can leave you energetically empty, even if you're physically satisfied for a moment. But then again, it does make me wonder, what if someone is watching two persons engage in the most loving and sacred act of sex? Would it still be called porn? Would it make the viewer a pervert? Could it actually energize the person? I don't think I have the answer to that one, but I thought it would be interesting to ask the question. Ultimately, the thing is, in the world we live in today, we've stripped sex of its sacredness. We've turned it into a taboo on one side and a marketing gimmick on the other. Meanwhile, the ancient symbols, the lingam and yoni, the cosmic lovers of Shiva and Shakti, the yin and yang of Taoist alchemy, they all sit there quietly, reminding us that sexual union was once seen as a doorway to the divine. I think sacred sex is not about technique. It's not about lasting longer, having more positions, or performing for your partner, although I've been there, caught up in those beliefs. But I think it's more about entering the act as an offering, with full presence, open hearts, and grounded bodies. It's about letting the body be a temple, and the act be a prayer. That's when sex becomes not just an exchange of pleasure, but an exchange of healing, creativity, and awakening. So yes, sex is powerful, so powerful that entire systems have tried to shame, control, or monetize it. But the truth is, it's ours. It belongs to us, our bodies, our spirits, our unions. And if we can strip away the shame, the performance, the noise, and return to the truth of it as an expression of life force, love, and divine union, I do believe that sex can energize us, heal us, and take us to heights of physical and spiritual bliss we never even dreamed of. If you feel brave enough, please share in the comments how you feel about sex. I know it's a subject that stirs up taboos or insecurities for many, and it also saddens me whenever I hear how many women struggle to reach orgasm, and how many people carry shame or frustration in this area. But I believe that if we can slowly lift the taboo and heal the wounds and traumas we've carried, sex can return to being what it was always meant to be: a magnificent, sacred act, a source of joy, connection, transformation, just as it likely was for the ancient civilizations that walked this earth before us.